Hazrat Mus'ab bin Sa'd an Abihi, from his father. Mus'ab bin Sa'd was the son of Sa'd, and Sa'd is the son of Abi Waqas. So Mus'ab says that my father, Sa'd, who was the son of Abi Waqas, he said, أنه ظن أن له فضلا على من دونه من أصحاب رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. He said that my father was thinking, he thought that he has excellence over all other Sahaba-i-Kiram. He is superior, and the reason why he thought, I will explain it afterwards. أنه أن له فضلا على من دونه من أصحاب رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. So he is superior and better than other Sahaba-i-Kiram Ridwanullahi ta'ala alayhim ajma'in. فقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. So the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, this is the hikmah and the wisdom of the Rasulullah, realizing the weakness of someone, and correcting generally, sending message to all, but to the same person very specifically. So when he realized, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that Sa'd is thinking like this, he is superior, he is better, he has more excellence than other Sahaba. So in a gathering, what he said? He said, إِنَّمَا يَنْصُرُ اللَّهُ هَذِهِ الْأُمَّةِ بِضَعِيفِهَا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help and support this ummah through their weak people. Allah help this ummah and support this ummah بِضَعِيفِهَا, because of weak. And how بِضَعِيفِهَا? بِدَعْوَتِهِمْ. So what the weak can do? دعوتهم, his dua, وصلاتهم, his prayer, وإخلاصهم, and his sincerity. So the sincerity of these weak people, the dua of these weak people, the salat of these weak people, they help them, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give them nusra. And the word of the Bukhari is, هل تنصرون وترزقون إلا بدعفائكم. You gain the help and support and the rizq, your provision in the Bukhari is ترزقون إلا بدعفائكم. Your help, support, protection and your provision is because of these weak people which you ignore in the society. So the reason of Hazrat Sa'd bin Abi Waqas, he was a great companion of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And according to the historian, in the age of 17 or 18, he accepted Islam. In a very early age. And he was the seventh who accepted Islam. Number one. And the source of his Islam, Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq, radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. And he is one of the Ashara Mubashara, the 10 people which was given glad tidings of paradise, the Khushkhabri and Bashara of paradise. Out of these 10, he was one of them. We can imagine one of Ashara Mubashara, the seventh accepting Islam, and in a very early age. And some historian says that in the Battle of Uhud, when the enemies attacked, the whole story, if you have in your mind, the Muslim army defeating the enemies, but suddenly these 50 people, those who were appointed on the mountain, when they left their place thinking that we are winning the war. So Hazrat Khalid bin Walid haven't accepted Islam this time. He was fighting from enemy side, and he came, and the whole scenario has changed. So the big loss to the Muslim. In this very difficult time, when no one knows what is happening, this was Sa'd bin Waqas who were defending the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the historian says that this is the one the Prophet sallallahu, all the Sahaba used to say to the Prophet, Fidaka abi wa ummi ya Rasulallah, my father and my mother, parents, Qurban ho aap par. But he is the one, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in Uhud, take, O Sa'ad, fidaka abi wa ummi, my mother and father. And what the Sahaba used to say to the Prophet, the same wording said Prophet to Hazrat Sa'ad. So you can understand. And these 6 people, in the time of Umar bin Khattab, when he appointed for Khilafah, 6 people, that any one of them is entitled for Khilafah. So out of these 6 people, one was Sa'ad bin Abi Waqqas. And this is the Sa'ad bin Abi Waqqas who conquered the whole Persia. The Fatih Misr is Amr bin As, and the Fatih of Persia is Hazrat Sa'ad bin Abi Waqqas. The Kufa nowadays, it was founded by Sa'ad bin Waqqas, and he was the first commander there. So you can imagine such a great person, the warrior and the great muntazim, all the qualities, many qualities Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted him. So with all these qualities, when the Prophet ﷺ realized that he is thinking he is better than others, he is warrior, he is shuja, he has a wisdom, he has many other qualities. So the Prophet ﷺ said that, you know, these du'afa and the weak people in the society, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you nusra and protection. Your rozi because of them, your provision is because of them. When they do dua, when they do salat, and when they sincerely living in the society, because of their sincerity, Allah have a mercy upon you. So there are messages for us, many messages in this one hadith. The importance of humbleness, that no matter how many qualities you have, one thing you should remember, that all these things being granted to you by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Who you are nothing. Whatever you have is that rahmah, the blessing and the bounty of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the more you humble, the more Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase. La in shakartum la azidannakum. Takabbur azazil ra khar kar, bazillato khari giriftar kar. The teacher of angels, Azazil, why he destroyed all his amal, everything. Fakhruj innaka min as-saghirin. Become entitled to the curse of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala just because of this arrogance and ignorance. And secondly, the message in this hadith, that nothing is useless in this society. You might regard it completely useless, but the useless which you regarded might be the source of many other things, but you don't know the reality and the haqiqah. You know, when you are running a car, so every single part, har purza uska zaruri hota hai. Different parts doing different job. Together you are running your car. The same is the car of life. Zindagi ki jo gaadi chalti hai na, isme koi bhi purza bekar nahi hota. Jo पैर का मोची है ना, कॉबलर, उससे लेकर सर की टोपी तक, लिबास बनाने वाले तक, एक एक बंदा, every single person play a vital role. कोई सब्जियां उगा रहा है, कोई फसलें पका रहा है, some are cultivating, some are making, some in factory, some are worker. These all different people together, they make this life beautiful. कोई इस दुनिया में ज़ईफ नहीं, कमज़ोर नहीं, निकम्मा नहीं. हर एक का कोई ना कोई मकाम है. जब ज़रूरत पड़ती है ना, तो छोटा सा प्लास नहीं होता, छोटा सा, या छोटा सा स्क्रू ड्राइवर. You know, this screwdriver, when you want to open, if you have all other tools around you, but you are missing this one, all these are useless. This time you need this one screwdriver. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there is nothing created useless. Everything has its own value. And this, that sometime by the week you get support. I give you one other example. You have a degree, you have education, you have been granted many things. And you with your degree, with your knowledge, with all things going and running after for what? For job. Your old mother sitting in the corner of house and she is raising her hand. Ya Allah, help my son. Ya Allah, help my child. What do you think? Which one is more powerful? Your degree, your running, your interview, or this dua of your mother behind? The one she is saying to, Ya Allah, have a mercy on my son. So sometimes whoever looks weak or is more strong for you, for your taqdeer, then all these strong people you are surrounded by. See, there are many messages in this hadith. I will just only conclude this, that Everything has its own function. وَمَا يَعْلَمُ جُنُودَ رَبِّكَ إِلَّا هُ. You don't know the army of your Lord. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted different duties to different. Respect everyone and be humble in the society. Whatever you have, be thankful to Allah. Never ever think that you are better than others. This quality could be taken from you and be given to someone else. So may Allah give us humbleness, humbleness in our personality, humbleness in our akhlaq, humbleness in our dealing. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Rabbana taqabbal minna innaka antas samiul alim wa tub alayna ya Mawlana innaka antat tawwabur rahim. Allahumma la tada' lana dhanban illa ghafart wa la daynan illa qadayt wa la hamman illa farajt wa la hajatan min hawaij ad-dunya hiya lana salat wa laka ridha illa qadaytha. Allahumma ansur al-islam wal muslimin في كل أنحاء العالم خاصة على أرض فلسطين وفي غزة. اللهم انصرهم يا الله، اللهم انصرهم يا الله، اللهم احفظهم من عدوان الظالمين، من عدوان الظالمين الإسرائيليين، من ظلمهم وجبرهم وعدوانهم يا رب العالمين برحمتك يا أرحم